So I'm at a pretty cool spot right now. That is the first time I've seen the ocean on this trip so far, and I've been to the beach before, and I've been obviously to oceans in the past, but I have never. It's never meant as much as it does right now. It's really like, it's a surreal feeling. I think it kind of signifies how close I am to being done with this journey, you know. After weeks of riding through forests and swamps and fields and cities, now I'm finally kind of, I'm just so close to the end. It feels like I'm at the last, kind of new geographical feature. I guess there's probably a better way I could put that, but you kind of get the idea. This is really, really, really cool. I haven't been at such a loss for words in a really long time, and seeing what I'm seeing now, it makes me appreciate, nature and the planet and everything that this trip's been all about, that much more. Man, it's so cool. I feel like I could sit here for just a day. Yeah, it's really, really special. If there's anyone who's considering doing a trip like this, I would 1,000% recommend doing it if you have a couple weeks free, or even just finding the time to make that free. Man. Alrighty, I'm gonna sit here for a while longer, but I just wanted to make a quick video. Okay, there's a little dog right here. Looks like a stray. Oh shoot, I don't want to go down. Okay, so I put on a head cover because it got really sunny, but it turns out somebody rode by while I was trying to get that, quote unquote dog's attention, and they said it was a coyote, not a dog, which, like, I've seen coyotes, I've never seen one that looked like that, so, it definitely looks similar. It's just, I don't know. I think that one might have, and maybe it's like a mix between like a normal dog or just like a regular dog and then a coyote or something. Or they just look different than they do down in the south where I'm from. But yeah, funny moment. I last made a video. Right now I'm in Old Lyme, Connecticut, staying with my grandparents. And, I've been taking the last 2 rest days before I finish off my trip. And I've had a lot of time to think, and I'll get into, everything that's been going on in my head. But this place, Old Lyme particularly, it's just incredible. It literally feels, I don't know, feels like another country when I'm here, I guess, compared to, the the more urban area where I'm from. But yeah, I just, this place in particular, like I said, it's a preserve, and I've always liked it. I've been coming here since my grandparents moved here when I was 14, and it's become kind of a special place to me. you know, we come visit them about once a year, and I just really love walking this trail. It's got a really pretty ending. But yeah, so I would say, I mean, you might notice in the later stages of my the video that I'm going to be putting out, or the part 2 at least, I wasn't getting as much footage, especially not as much footage, you know, just kind of whenever I'd wake up and go to bed. I would say that maybe after about Philadelphia, for whatever reason, I think maybe just being, you know, at that point I'd been about 2 weeks on the road, my motivation was just really low. I was still biking, but I didn't feel the same as I did in the first couple days. Part of that was definitely the cumulative, you know, the cumulative pressure that my legs had been facing for being on the road for so long, even with, you know, rest days every, you know, 4 or so days. And it was really getting to me. I started missing home a lot, and I'm doing this towards the end of my summer. And I spent the whole summer working and doing schoolwork. Yeah, eventually, you know, just looking forward to this trip being the big moment. And I'm doing it now, and at that point, I just wanted nothing more than to hop on a train and just get home early. I knew I still had probably about a week ahead of me. And it really made it rough. I definitely, you know, I wasn't going as far per day. I would say it just wasn't, I mean, it really just wasn't as motivated. I wasn't as into it. But, you know, I pushed through, and I got to about right outside of New Jersey, or Newark, New Jersey. And within about an hour period of each other, I'd been asked to, you know, talk a bit and give a little speech to a bunch of people who were staying at an adult residential facility. Just asked because I happened to be sitting outside. Everyone in there loved it. They all wanted to take pictures of me, and they were all so supportive, and they had, you know, questions, and I could just tell it was, you know, bringing a smile to their faces. Right after that, I went to go get a haircut right across the street, and I had a really great conversation with the gentleman who was cutting my hair. And we talked just, I mean, about so many things. You know, you have so many long conversations with people on these trips that it can be hard to remember the specifics of what, you know, each person says. But I really do tend to remember the things that stick with me most about what each person, you know, about what we talked about. The guy who I was cutting, or who was cutting my hair, we had talked for so long, and he said, you know what, man, I really like you. I really like your story. I want you to have this. And he's starting up a new line of clothing, and he gave me a free shirt. And, you know, he kept giving me supportive words to continue my journey. And and then, sorry, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but then I left the store, or the barber shop, and a woman came up to me, an older lady, and she asked me about my haircut. You know, I was like, oh yeah, he did a really good job. And then through conversation, we ended up talking about my trip. I told her what I was doing, and I talked to her for maybe another 30 minutes, and she was telling me about her son, who also had traveled. I mean, I haven't traveled the world, but who'd done a lot of traveling and eventually became a doctor in Cuba. And we talked just about so many things. She kept telling me I really need to stay in school, which I could agree with her on that one. And she ended up she ended up giving me a hug at the end. And this was a stranger that I'd met 30 minutes ago on the street. We talked on the sidewalk, and then I left. And all these three things, the talking to the people at the senior home, and then this barber, and then this woman, it just came at possibly the best time, I think, for when my motivation was just absolutely hitting zero. And I think that these moments they happen no matter what, but they can be hard to notice when you are motivated and when you're happy and when everything's going good. Then it just feels like a validation of how you already observe the world and your thoughts on it. But when these happen to you, when your thoughts are changing on the matter, or your perspective is maybe taking a more negative turn on your days ahead of you, or your motivation is lacking in certain areas, I think these moments just they're there for you. I wouldn't say they come I wouldn't say it's it's like some special quote, I don't know, like it's not divine intervention. I think they're always there, but we notice them more when we need to notice them, and they can feel so much more impactful. And those three moments, they really did push me through the next couple of days. And now I'm here about halfway through Connecticut. Tomorrow I will be in Rhode Island. After that, Boston. Then after that, I will be in Maine. And I could not be more excited. So, with that being said, that's my little rest day update. I'm going to continue to put out more videos, or more footage, more clips of me talking, I think. The next time I really have a check-in like this, I'll probably be in Maine. And I'm looking forward to it. So I will see you guys then. Okay guys, so I have had a restful 2 days in Connecticut, staying with my grandparents. Obviously it's kind of a given that they're gonna be pretty awesome. So the destination today is Providence, Rhode Island. It's about 50 miles. I've got a really late start today, unfortunately. It's 10 a.m., but my grandpa drove me a good bit of the way, so can't really complain. We're gonna get to it, and I will be in Maine 3 days from now, right? Yeah, 3 days from now. It's so crazy to think about. I'm gonna get to it. All right, so we just got the first flat of the trip, and I am on an interstate, which is awesome. This really sucks. I have a really crappy hand pump. I know how to change a tire. I've got the tools to do it. But this sucks really bad. I'm about 18 miles from my destination, and I'm in a decently urban area, which is kind of nice. But yeah, it's pretty hot, so it's not gonna be fun changing this thing out in this heat. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do that right now. I'll check in when it's when I can, get back to riding. Alrighty, so we are back on the road. Ended up catching an Uber, like I said, over to REI. And they fixed it up. They gave me a really good price. The dude was super cool. Yeah, so like really frustrating. I believe that he said, what did he say? It was something with, man, honestly, I can't remember, but something didn't get into the tire. It was more so like the tube moving weirdly. God, I need to adjust my helmet. It's like so goofy. But yeah, that was basically, kind of the issue there.
I'm just taking Ubers, bro.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so I did not get any footage last night before I went to bed, but we stopped in Providence, stayed with a really, really wonderful couple off warm showers, and you can see here's my bed. But yeah, so today our destination is Boston, and yeah, I'm really excited because this is kind of gonna be it. Yeah, it feels really crazy, but I mean, well, not, I guess this isn't it. Tomorrow will be my last day, but this is my second to last day riding. So yeah, we're gonna get to it. It's just so hard to even comprehend. Alrighty, guys, so I just found something amazing. It's something that I was hoping I could find at some point on this trip, and I figured I just wouldn't get lucky and I wouldn't see it, but I found a license plate. It's New Hampshire, and I am going to try and put this in my bag. I mean, it's really big, and eventually I'm gonna zip tie it to my bike. And I just think it's gonna look really awesome. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, so there was a bridge that I needed to cross that's under construction, and so a police officer told me about this little path through the woods nearby, and that's kind of, I mean, you can kind of see it, but that's where I'm at right now. So yeah. Okay, so we've made it to where we're staying tonight, and this is the last, man, it's still so crazy to say. This is the last stopping point. It's that Holiday Inn Express right back there. But this is the last stopping point before tomorrow, where after 3 weeks, I will be in Maine. So yeah, I mean, just so awesome. Really, I could not be more proud of myself and happy with how this journey's gone. And yeah, so, this is kind of it, almost. I mean, tomorrow I've got a really long day ahead of me. Probably gonna be out of here around, probably around 5:30, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting there midday, maybe around 3 tomorrow. We'll see. But either way, stay tuned because tomorrow is my last day.
I just turned the light on. Oh my God. But yeah, it's like 10:30 right now, which is really late for me on on this trip. But I just cannot sleep. I think I'm too excited, which is awesome. But like, dude, I need to sleep. I got like 12 hours of riding tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know. Figured I'd update y'all.
Alrighty guys, so it is the last day of this crazy trip. Yeah, we've got about 60 miles ahead of us. And I'm really tired. It's about 5:30 right now. But you know, we're gonna get to it. And yeah, I'm gonna see the uninterrupted ocean for the first time today on this trip. I kind of saw it in Connecticut, but it was really the Long Island Sound. So I can't imagine how that's gonna feel seeing that. Already thinking about it now is crazy, but you know, we'll get to it and I'll update you when I'm there. So I've been riding now for about, I don't know, like probably an hour straight. Because, and I want to stop because I need a break. But there are so many little gnats and fruit flies and mosquitoes in the area that I'm riding through. And I don't have my bug spray because I figured today I was at the hotel and I was like, okay, well, it's just extra weight. It's my last day. I'm not going to need it. And I don't think I've been through an area with this many bugs since that stretch getting from Richmond to DC. So that sucks. But at least it's mostly downhill, which is nice. I don't want to jinx myself, but I mean, I looked on the map and it's kind of how it is. I mean, look, it's really pretty. Like, you know, no complaints about the nature, but holy crap, has it been getting annoying. So I'm hoping I'll get out of these woods soon, and then I can have a calm rest of my trip. Look at this. Yeah. We don't sit in traffic over here. Alrighty guys, so for the first time this trip, I'm really looking at the ocean. It's a pretty crazy thing to take in all at once. I did see the Long Island Sound, which I believe it's like, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's about 60 miles of water in between Connecticut and Long Island. But this is really the first time this trip that I've seen the ocean as it is, the actual ocean. I'm about an hour away bike ride from Maine, maybe 10 miles. And I am just so, I don't even know. Like, I really can't describe what I'm feeling right now. It's a mix of so many different things. The weather right now is amazing as well. It was about like, I don't know, like 90 or 91 about an hour ago. And then I was going over this section of road, getting closer to the beach, and just this chilly, cool breeze of wind hit me. And since then, it's been, I don't know, it feels like 15 degrees cooler. It feels like it's 6 a.m. right now. But I mean, this is just amazing. I've been wearing sunglasses all day, so it's so hard to stare just at this white beach and with the sun, shining as bright as it is. But I'm just so happy that I'm almost there. I'm meeting up with my friend Declan, who lives like 2 minutes from the border. And from there, he's gonna film me getting there. I think he's gonna I don't know how I'm gonna react. I don't even, I doubt it'll be anything calm. But if it is, I mean, whatever I have to say, he's gonna get some footage of that. I'm gonna get to see him. He's my roommate. That's gonna be awesome. The end of a hell of a journey. It's crazy. Alrighty guys, so the day is done, and with that comes the end of the trip. It's been crazy. There's been a lot of really awesome moments, a lot of scary moments, but I think I really, in the past 3 weeks, I've learned more about the world around me and more about myself than I have in a long time. It's been great. I want to save most of my the particulars of my thoughts on this for my longer video, because this is just the vlogging of it, of the New England section. So just expect that to come soon. But I really couldn't be happier with this. I really don't think it's hit me yet. But yeah, we're in Maine, and tomorrow we will be back in Atlanta. Yeah, it's been crazy. So thank you so much for watching this adventure. I'll see you guys when I make my next video.